Screen Team is back at ya, and we are doing spy movies this go-around on the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC. The show is being brought to you by Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Fearless Social, and Poplar Bluff Drywall. We've done Austin Powers. We've done Burn After Reading. Our final film just came to theaters. It's called The Man From U.N.C.L.E. This is a action comedy spy film, which was directed by Guy Ritchie, and the film stars...
Can tell.
Oh, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
The film stars Henry Cavill, Armie Hammer, and Hugh Grant. Film was released a couple weeks ago, August 14th, 2015. Man from U.N.C.L.E. You like it?
I thought this was a great movie. I did have a few problems with it, but I thought overall it was real funny, had some good action in it. The story took some turns, though I thought were interesting. I thought it was real good.
So, were you familiar? Like when you saw previews for this movie, did you know that it was a TV show back
I
in the
had
day?
heard of the television show before. I didn't know any of the plot. I didn't know any of the characters, so I had no real familiarity with it, besides knowing that a TV show had existed.
So you were kind of naked to the experience of
I
this.
knew it was a spy kind of thing, but I didn't know anything about any of the characters or anything about that.
I didn't know anything about it until you're like, hey, this is the one I want to do.
Yep.
So I checked it out, or just a little bit. I didn't get really too deep into it, but I was like, I was surprised that Henry Cavill was, the main star of this, because besides the Superman movies, he hasn't really done much. Maybe that's why, because he's busy doing Superman. But and I was surprised to see Armie Hammer in this as well, because he kind of bombed in the box office the past couple of times. So I was kind of surprised to see both of these guys in this film, and I was like, well, if these guys are the stars, it might not be that good. But I was wrong. This film is fun.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got great action. It's funny. It's got a very, very cool style to it, which reminded me a lot of Quentin Tarantino, both with visually and also the music that was picked for this film. So, I mean, there was a lot of nods to Tarantino, but the film was directed by Guy Ritchie, which I don't know too much about. I've seen the Sherlock Holmes films, but I haven't seen any of his earlier stuff. You had mentioned...
It reminded me a lot of Sherlock Holmes. It did. Just kind of the way he stylized a lot of the fights and how, music cues, taking cues from Tarantino. It was also like that a lot in Sherlock Holmes from what I remember.
Yeah.
And just the way the two characters interacted, the main characters, Napoleon Solo, and I cannot remember the Russian guy's name.
I can't even pronounce it. Ila Kurikin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But those are our two main stars, and I thought Henry Cavill was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
He had that spy James Bond persona down. He wanted to be him. I mean, the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, man, I could do that. I could talk to that girl like that. No, not even close. But you want to be him, and that's kind of a cool feeling,
Yeah. He was a really awesome jerk.
Yeah.
Just complete awesome.
Yeah.
I think the Russian character, Armie Hammer's character, was good, not as good as...
I agree. And I was kind of... I'm not sure if Armie is American or...
No, he's American. I'm relatively confident.
And it's just like...
You could tell an accent's in play there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very... It's a weak accent. But, but he had the look.
Yeah.
He had the look of he had like a Steve McQueen 1960s vibe to him.
This whole movie had a real obviously was set in the 1960s.
Correct.
But I mean, they nailed that vibe really well.
Yeah. I also enjoyed a lot of the editing. I mean, they had like the split
screens that then merged together and kind of rotated and stuff.
Yeah.
Really stylish.
Yeah, very, very cool movie. And I think it's one of those movies that is going to pleasantly surprise you. You got the big movies out, the Fantastic Fours, the what is that movie that's out now? The Hitman 47 or whatever.
Agent 47.
You've got these movies that the big studios are pushing. I would suggest giving this one a chance because I think this one will pleasantly surprise you.
The main female role I thought was acted relatively well.
I agree.
I'd never heard of the actress before. I don't know anything else she's been in.
Alicia Vikander?
Yeah. I'd never heard of her before. I thought she was really well. I thought the main villainess was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
She nailed that role really well. Great movie. Have a great time at theaters. Well worth your money.
I did too, and I agree with everything Sean said, man. If you get a chance, definitely check out The Man from U.N.C.L.E. And they left it off with a possibility of a sequel. I'm not sure if we're going to get that or not. Hopefully it does well.
We do. Absolutely.
Hopefully it does well in the box office, and we can get another one of these movies. But it's called The Man from U.N.C.L.E., and it's out in theaters, so check it out. Sean, sir, man, it's been a pleasure doing these spy movies, man.
Been my pleasure. Appreciate it.
So next go around, are we going to watch your Beautiful Girls or whatever it's called?
If you want, I'm down.
And who's it star again?
It has Mina Sorvino in it. Has Uma Thurman in it.
I like both of them. Right.
Has Natalie Portman.
Right, I'm okay.
Has Timothy Hutton.
No, I don't like him.
You don't like him?
No.
Has one of the Dylans. Kevin Dillon, I believe, is in it.
Ugh. Really?
It was directed by Jonathan Demme.
What else do you like, man?
I don't know. I like...
That's it, huh? Beautiful Girls. And you've got better taste in movies than I do.
I am not picky. I can watch a movie.
Well, before you go, before we had our 2-week break, Sabrina and I reviewed the Fantastic Four, which hold on, we both thought was okay. We thought it was okay, and we're getting. I mean, it got blasted nationally, critically, and
I'm not a fan of this movie.
You wanted to disown this film.
I thought the movie was well acted. I thought the actors did well in the parts. I thought the script was just complete nonsense.
How so, man? It's a superhero film, man.
It's a superhero film, but still, I mean, there is no reason to tell the origin story of the Fantastic Four.
Why not? I knew nothing about it. I didn't see the first...
There was a movie like 7 years ago.
I didn't watch any of that nonsense because it looked stupid. This one actually looked a little bit more modern.
4 people have superheroes. 2 of them are brother and sister. One of them is a big rock thing. And then there's Doom. Doom's awesome. Except in this movie, where Doom...
What was wrong with Doom? I mean, he looks cool, and like I knew nothing about Doom going into this film, but seeing his powers, I mean, this guy looks like one of the greatest villains of all time.
He is one of the greatest villains of time.
How come I don't know about this guy, man?
Because Fox has the rights to Fantastic Four.
And that's the issue, isn't it?
Yeah, this movie was made basically so Fox didn't lose rights.
Yeah, I heard about that. So if they didn't make this movie...
They would have gone back to Marvel.
Really?
Yeah, and the script I didn't think was very good. I thought it... unlike Barton after reading, I thought that there was no plot in this movie, and things just kind of happened. Mm-hmm. And like at the end, oh, Doom's crazy, going to kill stuff. Why? Because he's crazy.
Well, not because he's crazy, because the different planet infected him with the energy, and it made him crazy. That's why.
Come up with something better than that.
I don't have to. It's Hollywood, man. Yeah, all right. Not a fan of Fantastic Four.
I am not. I mean, I thought the actors gave it a go. Apparently, there was a lot of executive meddling in the script.
I heard about that. Even the director.
Yeah.
The director, like the day before, or the day it opened, he was like, hey, this wasn't me. This was the executives. Had nothing to do with me.
Yeah, Josh Trank decided he didn't want to direct a movie ever again.
Well, because of all that, he got fired from the Star Wars project he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
So, anyway. All right, Sean.
Chronicle was good, which he had done previously with Michael B. Jordan.
I vaguely remember that film.
Yeah, it was a found footage superhero movie.
Oh, I hate found footage.
Yeah,
stuff.
me too, but yeah.
All right, Sean, thanks for being on the show, man.
No problem.
All right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's all right, man. Thank you. We'll be back in a week or two. We'll be back. We're going to take the next week off, and we'll be back with Stacy and Doug Anderson. We'll be reviewing the classic comedy Fast Times at Ridgemont High. We'll also be doing Ocean's 11, not with George Clooney, but the original one with Frank Sinatra. And new in theaters, we'll be doing the new Maze Runner movie, The Scorch Trials. That's all coming your way next Saturday, or actually Saturday, September 26th is the date of that show. For Sean and Chris, we are the Screen Team on today's Talk, 930 KWOC.